New video in the murder trial of prominent former South Carolina attorney Alec Murdaugh is calling his alibi into question. Prosecutors say a video taken by his son Paul just minutes before the murders puts Alec at the crime scene. But the former lawyer says he last saw his wife and son alive about 90 minutes before finding their bodies. Let's bring in Lori Murray. She is a South Carolina criminal defense attorney, also known as Lawyer Lori on TikTok. Lori, it's good to have you with us. Let's take a look, first of all, at another video that was played that had been uploaded to Snapchat. This taken in the morning of Alec Murdaugh standing by an uncooperative tree. Let's watch closely here.
Better than it was, ain't it?
So you can see that Alec Murdaugh's trying to get this tree to stand up, but will not, and his son Paul, who is behind the camera laughing at that. And then there is this video, which is taken just before the murders at the dog kennels. His son Paul is taking video of the back end of a dog here, and you can hear voices in the background. Let's listen to this video.
Post it. Get it.
Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth.
The dog had some kind of a bird in his mouth. Somebody thought that it was a guinea fowl. His son, Paul, says it was a chicken, and then just moments after that, both Paul and his mother were dead. The prosecution says, Lori, that you can hear Alec Murdaugh's voice on that recording, which would contradict what he has said in that he claims that he had not been near the kennels, was not in that area, and shortly after that time period had gone off to visit his mother who has Alzheimer's disease and came back just after 10 o'clock to find his wife and his son shot to death. What do you say about what we've seen so far in court in terms of video evidence?
Well, you're absolutely right in that the alibi is the problem. Initially, from the very get-go, he has stated that he took a nap. They had dinner together. He took a nap. He woke up. He texted them. He couldn't get an answer from them, and so he left to go visit his mother. Even in the car during, I believe, the second interview, he specifically stated that he did not see Maggie and Paul after dinner. And this video, the second one that you played, the second video that you played absolutely shreds that alibi. It puts him at the scene. We've had two witnesses, two friends of Paul's who've identified the voice as being that of Alec Murdaugh. And I believe if you listen closely, right after Maggie says, I think it's the guinea, or he's got a chicken in his mouth, whatever it was she first said, he says, Bubba, and that's the dog's name. He's calling the dog Bubba. So it is absolutely him on the videotape, and he does shred his own alibi by being there.
I'm sure the fact that his figure is not seen in the videotape will give Dick Harpootlian a chance to try to shred what the prosecution is saying. But then there's this other audio tape that was played a couple of days ago in the trial. This was during the second interview that Alec Murdaugh had with police, where he's talking about the murder of Paul and seeing the scene. The prosecution says and insists that Alec said in that interview, in a very emotional voice, I did him so bad. Let's listen to this tape and see what it actually says.
So bad. I did it so bad.
They slowed that tape down to try to make it more legible. I don't know if it is, but it certainly sounds, according to the witnesses who are on the stand, as if Alec Murdaugh says, I did it so bad. The defense is trying to say, no, 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 no. He said they did it so bad. What do you hear?
I honestly think that it is you hear what you want to hear. So I can listen to it 5 times and hear I, and then say, okay, let me just make sure I don't hear they. And then I hear they. So it's really difficult to hear. Honestly, if the agents thought that he had said, I did him so bad that night, they would have made a big deal of it right then. They would have questioned him further. I don't think that agent, he said he made a mental note of it. I don't think he made a mental note of it. I think they played it back and they said, wait, what did he say? And nobody can really tell what he says. So I think you have to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. It's not going to be the smoking gun.
Yeah, it's kind of like that audio recording. Do you hear Laurel or Yanni, or do you see the gold dress or the blue dress? And sometimes slowing things down actually just muddies the water. Lori, we'll keep watching this. Thanks for joining us today with your thoughts on it. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Sandra?
Next up, John, a former Walmart CEO,